Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting, hopefully bizarre edition of Monster Muse. We're back with episode 4, and 2 in 1 month. I hope I'm not spoiling you guys who's ever watching this. Wow, we're maybe gotta slow down. I'm doing too much work here. um, Definitely try to get on point. Not quite to the once a week that I want to, but it's turning out to be a lot of work to do all the stuff that goes into a monster muse. You got the poem, you got the making the monster, you got the making an illustration for the monster, which is really tough for me to make a passable illustration. It's definitely not my forte, but we're getting good, and I think they look pretty good. So we're gonna dive into this monster muse right now, and we're going to see how good we did this time. The last one was, I thought, very cool. This one is very different. Can use this monster in a very different way than the last one, but that's good. You want a lot of tools in your tool chest to make your character sweat a little bit. That's always a great thing. So what did we write here? We wrote uh Ghazal Ghazal poem, which says it's a couplets with repeated phrase or rhyme. So what I looked up a little bit more about this poem is it's kind of like an AABB, AACC, AADD, so forth. Very similar, kind of to a sonnet in a way, is that you have that set rhyming pattern. Obviously, we don't count the syllables in this one, which is a big part of a sonnet, and a sonnet is 14 lines. Three stanzas with 4 lines, and the last stanza with 2 lines. This one is not that at all. So I mean, other than rhyming, I guess it's not anything like a um, sonnet. But I do like a rhyming poem. They're always fun to write. So what we got was that again. Uh, Ghazal, and I should have looked up how to pronounce it, but I think that sounds right to me. So we'll go with it. Um, And I remember the vibe of this poem was a romance poem, and we were doing this on the Remorhaz, or I can't even remember the monster's pronunciation, but we're doing it on the big scary centipede monster. I think it's the Remorhaz. Um, it's a romance. It's a romance poem. It reminds me a lot of Heart of Ice from J&D. She did a whole song about a villager falling in love with an ice giant or frost giant, and I was like, well, we could we could do Heart of Ice 2.0, where a villager falls in love with a centipede monster. I mean, people fall in love with things all the time with Dungeons and Dragons, but I was like, no, we don't need to do that. Let's think of something else. So I was like, what's the next thirstiest monster besides humans? Because no one thirsts like a human in Dungeons and Dragons. Human bards, that's they all over. They make the half things. But what else makes a lot of half things? And I was like, dragons. Dragons get pretty thirsty in Dungeons and Dragons. Dragons like to explore those dungeons, so to speak. So yeah, this is a poem about a white dragon. Uh, trying to romance this centipede monster. It's exciting in a very good way, hopefully. Let's go ahead and let's read it. It's called Icy Love from Above and Below. This king wanted a queen that matched his bite. You arose from the ground, it brought me such delight. Those adventurers never stood a chance. Baby, you and I together could rule this winter night. I have teeth and claw for every one of your legs. Our glacial kingdom will be quite the sight. So come on, lover, dig a burrow for you and me, laying our eggs, feasting so safe and so tight. The winter is cold and unmerciful. Icy love from above to below feels oh so right. It's a kind of an interesting poem. You just continue to rhyme that last line, and it's great. It was fun. It was fun writing a weird romance poem. Definitely got the idea across that it was a white dragon, and we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it anyways. Hopefully everyone else enjoys it. It's not that weird. Dragons love to experiment with things. Anyways, let's go ahead and let me share what we did. We made what I'm calling a white haze worm. This is the child. This is the thing that hatched from that egg from that couple. What a beautiful couple. What a beautiful baby it made, indeed. The white haze worm is not like my other creatures. This is not a control monster. This is not a boss monster per se. It is. This is a random encounter monster that makes you sweat. This is a damage monster. It deals a lot of damage very quickly. It can soak up a lot of damage. It has a couple of resistances based on its parentage. It's really fun. This is the monster that you get when people are like, hey, the supplies aren't coming into our little Arctic town. We're in trouble. Let's hire some adventurers to take care of this thing for us. And the adventurers go out. It's a frosty, cold, chill night. The blizzard blows back. Barely being able to see the road, you quickly find the trail where the supplies were ripped violently, shreds of wagons, little pieces of horse strewn across the road, and a bloody trail leading out into the frozen tundra. Following that trail, the snow cracking under your feet, a stillness comes upon you. The drifting snow blowing around your feet, a chill that stings your lips and your exposed skin is nothing compared to the silence that surrounds you. Suddenly, there's a loud crack out in the ground below you. Another crack, and suddenly the ground shakes as from the ground erupts a terrible, terrible creature. Its almost insectoid body, coupled with that of a lizard, rises out. A horrific aura of snow and fire swirling around it. With massive lizard claws and centipede body skill across violently towards you, and its dragon-like head opens to reveal a massive set of teeth. That in the storm that is surrounded on the outside, you can see within its mouth fire and ice dancing as it erupts in a massive cloud, a fiery storm. And the creature's upon you, and all you can do is hope to survive. This terrible thing, this white haze worm, like I said, it does damage. I mean, a lot of this is just me going through the monster manual and being like, let's put the Remorhaz and the white dragon together. Let's smush those two together into something terrible. And this is what we got. We got our white haze worm. It's a huge monstrosity. It's a dragon. It's chaotic evil. AC is 18. It's got 200 hit points, so it's going to take It's going to take some big hits to take it down. It's got a fly speed. It's got a burrow speed. It's got a swim speed. So no matter where you're going with this, it can outmaneuver you. It's going to be going up and down. It's going to be going in the water if there's water. It's going to be burrowing underneath you. It's going to be flying above you. This thing can't get trapped. It's going to be moving in all sorts of directions. And you just won't be able to pin it down. It's going to be very difficult to control it. in either case. Um, Other than that, some big stats. What I really like about this is the rim haze. Uh, it has a huge. It has some lots of interesting things. One, it does fire and ice, which I included in this monster, which gives us immunity to cold and fire damage. Has tremor sense and dark vision, and a high passive perception. Um, can speak common and draconic, just like a creature. I said it as CR 13, but possibly this could be higher. This could be a CR 14, maybe CR 15 monster. Uh, right out of the bat, it gets an aura, blazing aura within 30, or within 15 feet. It takes anyone that's in there at the end of this creature's turn takes 22 damage. It also gets a multi attack. It gets a rend, two rends, and a bite attack. The rend doesn't sound like it does a lot, but it does 2d6 plus 7 plus 1d8 cold damage and 1d8 fire damage. Every attack does fire and cold damage, which really boosts the damage for this pretty impressively. The bite itself does 2d10 plus 7, plus it does 3d6 cold damage and 3d6 fire damage. It has a blazing ice breath that does, on average, 72 damage because it does 88 cold damage and 88 fire damage. It has legendary actions it can use to do more damage. It has a Frost Nova attack that can freeze people in place. And yeah, it's within 120. Anything you can see within 120 feet is going to take the cold damage and the fire damage. Its speed is reduced to 0. So this again has some control to it, which is great. It has a frightful presence because it's a dragon, and then it has pounce attack as well. I did some number crunching. Not that that's my biggest strength, but I definitely did crunch some numbers here. This thing can do well over 100 points in a round to multiple targets if it wants to. It's nasty. And that's great. I love a horrible monster. The more I play with my characters, players at higher levels especially, you need monsters that pack a punch. You need to find a way to make them sweat, to go blow for blow, for their people. You need monsters that can be zip and zag and really move around. And if they can move to get optimal positioning for things like the breath weapon for that aura, you're definitely going to be getting your party to sweat a little bit, maybe even take a couple people down. Which is, I mean, you always want a good fight. You want to fight, especially a boss fight, to feel impactful. You want it to feel like the party really went through something. Um, Rather than endorsing TPKs or trying to make a goal to down a person in a hit in a single turn. But this monster can do that. It can down someone. It can really push failed death saving throws. It does a lot, and that's fantastic. It can really make it a tough fight for people, and that's what we're looking for. Um, I would definitely use this monster. Maybe not on Tesla. Maybe. Tesla actually does really well against monsters like this for some reason. The ones that's supposed to dish out a lot of damage, Tesla seems to find a way to negate that impressively. But this is a monster. I could see me using this on my Drakenheim game for sure. A big frosty creature, maybe in the mountains. Maybe not in the city itself, but maybe in the mountains north of the city, if the players choose to go there. This would be a great monstrosity to deal with. All right, that's our Monster Muse for the day. Please be sure to like and share. If you use this monster in your game, let me know how it does. Does the amount of damage really live up to the hype? Did your players have a tough time taking it down? Now let me know how we do. I would love to see this monster in action at one point in time. All right, let's go ahead then. We're going to do our next poem, and we're going to see what we get. I need to get the monster manual, so I have no books with me. I was not prepared. I'll be right back. Alright. I got the Monster Manual. I should really just bring this with me wherever I go. It is a useful item for everyone to have. Friends, don't forget your Monster Manual. It's like a towel. You should always have it with you. Alright, let's go ahead. We got a big camera up, so let's I just opened up to this page. I did the first one last time. I want to switch it up. I guess we're doing a griffin. Griffins are great. They're little guys, great for low levels. But they fly, and flying mounts are cool. So we have a griffin. Let's go ahead and, in case I didn't show you, this is the artwork for our monster today. I was pretty happy with it. And again, not my forte. Still learning how to draw the monsters, but I really liked how this one came out. Was it as good as this one? Yeah, I think so. I mean, this one is great. This one, very different setting, but also still really good. Especially for me, who is definitely more of an amateur rather than a professional. Actually, you should be huge, so you should be like this big. Let's get them on their proper sizes. There, you're medium, so you can be that big. That's about right. Huge, yeah. Goes large, huge. So he's huge. Right. Or is he gigantic? You gotta get your miniatures correct. Your tokens correct. Huge. Alright. So that's good. He's about that size. Alright, perfect. Now that we got that DM little thing correct, let's go ahead and we'll do our next monster. I of course still have some handy dandy dice here. We're gonna flip back. I know you're gonna see a big version of me for a little bit, but we're gonna flip back. A 90. A 90. Ooh, what is a 90? A 90 is another concrete poem. We already did one of those. We have so many other versions to do before we go back to a concrete poem. Let's try again. I don't think we need to do another concrete poem. That's cockeyed. 12. It's a limerick. I love limericks. They're so little but so fun. I would love to do a limerick for a monster. For a griffin. A griffin limerick is going to be so fun. Let's go ahead and do a vibe check. What type of limerick are we writing for a griffin? 48. I swear, if this is on a romance book, romance one. It's not a romance, it's a reflective. We did that one already. Guys, we did a reflective, introspective, meditative poem, and that's how we got our last monster. I think we do this again. The dice need to be a little bit more original. Come on, dice. Think of something new. Really give me a challenge. Alright, 11. Alright, it's like, fine. You don't like what I rolled? I'll roll something the same as last time. 11 is a mysterious. I think we did that too. Dice. Dice. Enigmatic, veiled, arcane. That was our very first poem, which made the realm touched mage. So we're gonna do one more. 57 is what I got. Hopeful poem. Arising optimism, belief in better. I can do that. Alright, so we're going to do a limerick, an optimistic limerick. We can do that. It's not as fun as a dirty limerick, which is really fun to do. A dirty limerick is super fun, but we're doing a hopeful limerick. I don't know if that's a thing, but we're doing it. We're making a thing. It's going to include a griffin, which is amazing. All right, guys, we're going to have that poem to you. I'm going to make a monster, a brand new griffin monster, and we will get back to you with that. And hopefully next week. Hopefully it will be in February. We'll shoot for February. How about that? All right. As always, please stay safe. Please take care of yourselves, and thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like and share. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want to see more Monster Muse content, we're going to get it out there. Maybe at the end of the year, do a ranking video about my drawings. We'll see how I progress with my drawing. Does it get better? Does it get worse? Does it stay the same? Hopefully it gets better. Anyways, thanks, guys. We will get that video up, and hopefully you enjoy this one and the next one as well.